All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting game of small ball. Last game was so much fun that I thought I'd do another one. Also, we have our new dice towers that just came in the mail yesterday, and I'm so excited to play a game with these new awesome dice towers. As you can see, it's two channels, or two different ways you can roll the dice. If you drop it in here, it rolls out here. You drop it in here, it rolls over there. So great for two players. It fits the board real nicely. Also, I wanted to show you a game that featured one of the new things about the second edition, which is the addition of creating your own lineups and the addition of the DH. As you can see on this dice, this is a DH, a designated hitter, so this would be like AL-style baseball. Now, I've been experimenting with different ways of constructing the lineup, what works best. So these are kind of two of the different lineups that I've come up with that seem to work pretty well. So let's hope for a high-scoring game. We'll see what happens here. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with our away team and see how this game goes. All right, we start with a walk. That's a good start. Here comes our number 2. And a double. What a great start to the game. Okay, so now we've got our number 3 batter coming up. Let's go ahead and go for it. And that's a ground out. So both runners do move up in this game, but he is out, so we have a run scored already. Let's see, we have our number 7 batter up, so I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice and see if I can maybe sacrifice this runner on third in. And I do, so that's another run scored. That's 2 runs and 2 outs. I'm going to go ahead and take my 2 runs in the first inning here, so a nice start for the away team as they score 2 runs in the very first inning. All right, here we go. Bottom of the first, here comes the home team. And they start with a double as well. Here comes the DH on the home team. And the DH walks, so runner at second does not move. Number 4 batter doubles. All right, so everybody moves up. 2. So 1 run scored already. And no outs. All right, so this seems like it's going to be a high-scoring affair today. All right, that's a ground out, so he's going to be out, but both runners will move forward. So we have 2 runs scored here and a runner on third. We got number 6 coming up, so you know what? I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice again. And I am successful with the sacrifice, so he is out, and we actually score 3 runs with the home team in the first inning. Wow, that is rare in this game to score 5 runs between the 2 teams in the first inning of play. But like AL baseball, when you throw in that DH and you take out that pitcher, the games do usually end up being higher scoring games. So let's go ahead and move on to the top of the second. And we start with the number 4 batter, our away team. And he starts with a leadoff double. We've been doubles crazy so far this game. And that's a strikeout. And there's a single, so we got a runner on third. We got number 6 coming up. Remember, if he hits into a ground out, that is a double play. We're going to go ahead and take that risk here. And he hits a double. How about that, folks? So he goes through, and that is a double. We have a run scored with 1 out. And here comes the DH. DH flies out, but since there's a runner on third, that runner on third will tag, and that is a sacrifice fly. So 2 runs scored, 2 outs. We're going to stop there. And we're already up to 4 runs in just the second inning. Wow. This is truly a high-scoring affair today. All right, here we go. On to the bottom of the second. It is 4-3 away team. Starts off with a walk. We got number 7 coming up. I'm going to go ahead and try and steal a base. Oh, but he gets caught stealing, so that is out. And he strikes out, and here comes number 8. Number 8 gets a single. Here comes our leadoff batter. Okay, and I say leadoff batter, even he's really not the leadoff batter. He's the number 1 batter, but he's down at the bottom of the lineup today. So no runs scored that inning. We'll start at the top of the order with the number 2 batter next inning. So after 2 full innings, it is 4-3 away team. And both teams are at the top of the order. Here we go. All right, we start with a walk on the number 1 batter. We'll go ahead and swing away. And it's a fly out. Swing away again with number 3. And that's a double, so he's going to go to third, and he's going to go to second. All right, we got number 7 coming up. We'll go ahead and sacrifice. Why not? We'll take our run. And he does get the sacrifice, so he will be out. He will score there, and we'll go ahead and take our run, and that's 5 runs already in just 3 innings. Okay, here we go. Bottom of the 3rd, top of the order for the home team. Starts off with a ground out. And a fly out for our DH. And that's a ground out, so that's a 1-2-3 inning on the away side. I'm sorry, on the home side. Here comes the away team, top of the 4th. Still 5-3. Okay, there's a double. And there's a ground out, but he will move ahead on the ground out. Here comes our number 5 batter. And he's going to ground out as well, but he will score on that. And that's 2 outs and 1 run scored. So we're going to stop there, and we'll take our 6th run. Wow. So that was definitely some small ball in action, a couple ground balls, moving the base runners around the bases. All right, so home team's got some ground to make up. They are down by 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Number 3 batter coming up. All right, that's a leadoff double. That's a great place to be. We're going to go ahead and swing away. Strikeout. Here comes number 5. And there's a walk, so we got 2 on. And our number 7 batter coming up. We're going to go ahead and try a double steal. Why not? So on a double steal, if they get caught stealing, the lead runner is out. But if they are safe, both runners move ahead. Oof, caught stealing. Yikes. All right, so that runner is out, and that runner moves to second. Boy, tough luck for the home team. And there's that single that we could have used. And, yep, we don't really have much choice but to go for it here. We got 2 outs. And that is a strikeout. So no luck for our home team here in the bottom of the 4th. All right, we move to the top of the 5th. Here comes the away team. Starts with a ground out. There's another ground out. And top of the order. There's your single. And let's go ahead and try a hit and run. Don't have much to lose here. And there's a strikeout. So the inning is over anyway. No harm, no foul on the hit and run. And there goes that. Okay, down to the top of the 5th, or bottom of the 5th. And here comes the number 1 batter, the home team. All right, there's a ground out. There's a fly out. And another ground out. Wow. Some tough luck for a home team today, it would appear. So here comes the top of the 6th. Might be time to start thinking about using some of those pinch hitters, especially for the home team as they get a little bit more desperate, trying to put some runs together. All right, there's a strikeout. And a ground out. And a K. So we started this game with a lot of runs in the first couple innings, and these teams have certainly cooled off as the game has gone on. All right, here comes our number 4 hitter. And he flies out. There's a ground out. And a ground out. Another 1-2-3 inning for our home team. Wow. Whoops, forgot to skip that inning. So now we're in the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th. Here's a ground out. There's another ground out. And a double. Finally a hit. I was afraid both teams were going pretty cold here. So we've got 2 outs. We've got our DH up. We're going to go ahead and swing away. And there's a single. All right, we got 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. And we got our number 1 batter here. And there's your single. All right, so we're going to stop there. And that is the 7th run for our away team. So away team is getting some good luck today. Some nice clutch 2-out hitting. And let's go ahead and go to the bottom of the 7th. Home team is in desperate need of some runs to get caught up here. Here's a ground out. There's another ground out. Boy, whoever's pitching for the away team is a ground ball specialist. And a strikeout. Wow, number 1, 2, 3. So the away team pitcher, whoever that might be, is cruising. Here's top of the 8th, still 7-3 away team. Here's a leadoff double. Always nice to see that. Here comes number 3. Here's a flyout. Runner does not move on the flyout when they're on second base, just on third base. Here's a ground out, so the runner does move ahead on the ground out though. And here comes number 4. You know what? This would be a great time to use the we'll use on base. Trying to get another insurance run here. So if he rolls a K, that is a base hit. And he walks. So unfortunately isn't able to get that runner in. Okay, let's go with number 8. And there's a ground out. So no luck using the pinch hitter in this inning, though they have a pretty sizable lead, so it's not a huge deal for the away team. All right, home team. Bottom of the 8th. Trying to make something happen here. Okay, that's a good start. We got a single. All right, so we've got number 2 coming up. Number 2 has a single, a double, 2 strikeouts, a flyout. Sorry, single, double, 2 strikeouts, flyout, and a ground out. So since number 2 has 2 strikeouts, we're going to go ahead and use our on base just to increase our chances that something happens here. Here we go. All right, and he does roll a K, which, as the on-base pinch hitter, becomes a base hit. So we got 2 on and no outs. We have our DH coming up. Now our DH is not necessarily a power DH. He's got 2 singles, a walk, a fly out, a ground out, and a K. So not necessarily an Edgar Martinez, if you will, more just kind of an on-base guy. I found that adding a little too much power into the game kind of makes scores go out of control. So I didn't want this DH to be a power hitter, but more of an on-base guy. So we're going to go ahead and swing away. Here we go. And he draws a walk. So check this out. We got bases loaded, no outs. We got our number 4 batter coming up, and these guys are down by 4. So you better believe I'm using my power pinch hitter. So if my number 4 batter gets a double, he hits a grand slam. And wouldn't it be amazing to tie the game up on a grand slam in this game? Here we go. This is an exciting moment in this game. And he grounds out. So, yikes. Not a great scenario there. The run does score. This guy does move to third, but he hits into double play, and both those guys are out. Now, we've got a situation here where we've got a run scored and 2 outs. So this is when the running on contact rule comes into play. On the running on contact rule, if you have 2 outs and you've got at least 1 run scored, if you get a hit with your next batter, all runners will move an additional base. Now, this runner is on third, so moving an additional base doesn't really matter. Whether he moves 1 or 2 or 3 bases, he's going to score. So, but if I decided to keep going beyond this, I could, get a nice little rally going. So I'm going to go ahead and go for it here because I'm down by 4 runs, so pretty desperate at this point. So let's see if we can put another run on the board here. And we do. Look at that. There's a double. So this guy's going to go to second. All right, so at this point I have a tough decision to make here. I've scored 2 runs already, so that would put me within 2. I could keep going, but risk losing both these runs if I were to get a third out. Now, I've got number 6 coming up. Number 6 is not a particularly great hitter. Number 6 has a single and a double, which is fine, but he's also got 2 Ks, a ground out, and a fly out. So I have basically a 2 in 3 chance that I would lose these runs. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right here, and I'm going to take my 2 runs, and I'm going to start with my number 6 batter next inning with a fresh set of 3 outs to work with. So all of a sudden, in the bottom of the 8th. Our home team scores 2 runs to get within 2, so this is a pretty close game. Now, the away team does have another pinch hitter that they haven't used yet, so they could put a little dent or add a little pad insurance to their run. So let's see what happens here. They're going to start with number 5. And number 5 has a double. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that because my number 6 batter isn't great, not as good as number 5. My DH is okay, but my DH doesn't have any doubles. And what I'm kind of looking for with my power pinch hitter is the possibility of hitting a home run. So I'm going to go ahead and use that power pinch hitter right now. And maybe I can hit a nice little home run here. Well, I got a K. Here we go. There's that double that we were looking for. After I just criticized the number 6 batter, he does hit the double, so shows what I know. All right, here we go. He gets a ground out, but that does move the runner ahead. So we've got 2 outs, runner on third. Let's see if we can get some insurance here. And he does. There's the base hit, so he's going to get that insurance run. And we're going to stop right here and take our 8th run of the game. So now all of a sudden, our home team is in the bottom of the 9th, and they need 3 runs. 3 runs to tie it up, 4 to win. So crazier things have happened. We'll see what happens here. No pinch hitters left. Sort of the bottom of the order here, your 6, 5, 7, 8 batters. So a miracle could happen. And it's a good start. Here's your single. I'm going to go ahead and steal a base to avoid the double play. Oh, but he gets caught stealing. That's a rally killer if I ever saw one. So there goes that run. There's a ground out. And here comes number 7. Let me move that down. Forget about that. Folks, that's the ball game right there. Away team wins 8-5 in an exciting matchup. Hope you enjoyed that version of the game. If you didn't notice, I tried to move kind of quickly through this game just to show you how quickly you can play a game. You fit in a game before dinner. You can fit in a game on your lunch break. It's a very portable game. You can take it to work, play, like I said, on the lunch break. Just if you got 10 or 15 minutes to kill, you could fly through a game if you wanted to. So hope you enjoyed that game. I hope to do more playthroughs with our new dice towers, and also be looking out for a playthrough of one of my new favorite baseball games called Dead Ball. I'm going to do a playthrough of that coming up pretty soon. So hope you enjoyed.